I am veteran Jashay Miller, petitioner of the Constitution's checks and balances, which is an official order mandate the government be checked, of which they have refused. Now, I petitioned the Public Integrity Section, that's John Keller of the FBI, requesting investigating Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, as you see, taking oath of office, and he conceals the Constitution's checks and balances, which is mandatory by law. As a backup, I petitioned Hakeem Jeffries, who received this November the 20th, and he has not taken this to the floor of the House as a backup. Then we have Representative Jasmine Crockett, also petitioned to take this to the floor of the House, and has refused, concealing the Constitution checks and balances, which is an criminal act. And so the FBI is called in, as I said, John Keller, and those indicted: Secretary of the Treasury Janet Yellen, United States Attorney General Merrick Garland, Indiana Senators Todd Young, Mike Braun, and Representative Larry BUCSHON, and the President of the United States, who took oath of office to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution's checks and balances. Motive for corruption: I am an adversary. I am empowered by the Constitution's checks and balances to uphold the integrity of the Constitution. I'm an adversary. That means me against their best man, United States Attorney General Merrick Garland. And as I said, he also violates the mission to enforce the federal law. So John Keller, being petitioned, has to enforce the federal law, and that is mandatory by law that the government be checked for corruption and abuse of power. Also, I am owed $6.75 billion for the United States Supreme Court imposed slavery and continued oppression. Now, that being said, as I said, I am an adversary. At stake, I stop inequality, I stop police brutality, and I stop social injustice. As I already stated, I have a status quo of $6.75 billion owed for continued oppression. Now, here we have also that petition, which is irrefutable evidence for Speaker Mike Johnson to take that to the floor of the House. And also, petition is it must be transparency, and to hold these officials accountable. And here we have Byron Allen of the Allen Media Broadcasting, and Ashante Ford, the national correspondent for Washington, D.C. Yeah, it's got to be publicly known. This national coverage requires national coverage. What we got at stake: I stop the plight of a black man. I stop police brutality, inequality, and social injustice. And I'm worth $6.75 billion. FBI execute the indictments. John Keller, do your job.